Springtime is here. The idea of a street legal super mini has been developing in my mind for a couple years now, and today we're going to start building it. The key to this project, and the reason I made Camera Girl cry last time by taking apart her motorcycle, is the frame. I can't register this frame for the road in California, all because of the VIN number. But let me show you what I've got. A handkerchief!
A nasty one.
I keep all the good stuff in the attic. This is the answer to our problems. It's a frame similar to the old one, but there's something really special about it. It's clean, it's untouched. It could be anything, including the ultimate small dual sport. Ready to start building?
Yes.
First thing I want to do is put on the foot pegs because they'll be a good anchor point. When we were taking apart the motorcycle last time, it kept trying to roll away.
This one's already trying to roll away. Yeah. Ah. Not very stable. Do you know what you're doing there, son?
It won't get much more complicated than this. Okay, foot pegs are on, so let's see if this works. I tried it last night with the old frame. I think that's better.
It's definitely better.
So, let's see if the engine fits. If everything goes smoothly, this assembly should be pretty much the reverse of the last video. That fits!
It's nice seeing the motor in there.
That's your motorcycle. Next thing I want to put on is the back wheel and suspension because the swing arm pivot bolt also goes through the engine. Are you putting in a bolt? On camera?
I am. I'm trying to film it too, but hard to do.
Some people said they'd like to see you get your hands dirty.
Well, I did get some grease on my hands.
So I'll tighten down all these suspension bolts.
Are you going to be tightening these bolts to factory spec?
Don't ask questions that you already know the answer to. Okay, the rear suspension is installed. Next I'll tighten down the motor mount bolts. I wanted to leave these loose until the swing arm pivot was in and I knew the engine was right where it belonged.
It wasn't right where it belonged this morning. It was on the garage floor. Now it's right where it belongs.
The motor is secure. Let's put on this front end. Back up and look at it now. You might feel a little bit better about your situation.
I do.
So I'll tighten down this nut just snug. Then put on the handlebars, but not the number plate. Curious how that one's gonna come out. Back brake pedal. And thank you to everybody who told me that this is where that mystery bolt goes.
Good eye.
Good eye. I'll put on a few more parts. Well, I was going to do a fancy little whammo, there's the parts, but it was dark by the time I was ready to film again. It's a new day, and my nose is not on a rampage anymore.
It's time to buy some new shorts, by the way. Those shorts are embarrassing.
But the shorts match the car cover.
That's not a good thing.
It all coordinates. Last night, I put on the gas tank and the air box. Next thing to do is take off the tires and replace them with these. They're street legal, they're thin, and they've got the nice nothing to see here tread pattern, which is what I want. This motorcycle is going to be inspected, it's going to be judged. Perception is everything.
Those are the best you could find.
A 19-inch front tire and a 16-inch rear tire are uncommon. I'll tell you a secret.
Okay.
The tires I'm taking off aren't going away forever.
I know that.
You gotta dress for court. So when you're doing tires, one thing to look for is, after it's all put together, go around the whole perimeter of the tire and make sure the tube is actually inside of here rather than leaking out and up this side, because sometimes that will happen, and when you air it up, it pinches between the rim and the tire and can leak. So it looks like it's good on this side, and if we go all the way around here, looks good too. And it's also important to make sure that this rim lock is on the inside of the tire. You can tell that it is because when I push it, it goes up in there. If it was below the bead of the tire, it would just be wedged down and I wouldn't be able to move it. Tire tips with Jake.
It looks kind of friendly.
Yeah, beach cruiser, wayfarers, pina colada. For this to be legal on the road, speaking of alcoholic beverages, it needs to have lights. But this engine doesn't have a generator, so I bought a lighting coil.
Is it? I'm worried.
Is it what? Big enough?
It's not big enough.
I don't know if it'll have enough juice to push a headlight and a taillight, but we'll find out. So this is the coil that drives the spark plug, and the new one will go right here. All right, I've got these wires fished through. Next, I'll mount the lighting coil to the plate with a couple screws that I salvaged from a high output generator that I bought for the KDX 200, but when it arrived, it was completely destroyed. I think what happened was I ordered this from overseas, but they sent it Space Post, and it just burned up during re-entry. Had to tell about the screws just to get that joke in there. To get these new wires through this rubber grommet, I punched a hole through it with a drill bit, and I'll use a needle to feed it through.
I think I must say I'm having a great day.
It's coming together, isn't it?
It is.
I saw you were cuddling your motorcycle.
Don't film me when I cuddle it. I'm my kid.
This is all put back together. The lighting coil is installed. Let's take this off of the table, put the exhaust back on, and test how much electricity comes out of these wires. This is important because when this is done, I want to be able to run the headlight all the time. And if not enough power comes out of here, I won't be able to do that without constantly discharging the battery. So I've got a battery charger and the headlight bulb that I want to use. I'll turn this on and just see what it should look like. Look pretty bright.
Mm-hmm.
Now we'll compare that to the generator. Do you think this will start?
It better start.
Okay, light bulb. Oh dear.
Oh no.
I don't think that'll work.
I think we have a problem.
Maybe if I rev it up. That's better.
Yeah.
Okay, so when the engine revs up, I think it makes enough power. But when you're idling, the battery will slowly drain.
Well, I don't plan on idling.
Hi-yo! Requires further testing. I've created an approximation of what the electrical system is going to look like, and I've ran into something I don't understand. AC power comes out of the generator through the rectifier to turn AC to DC. I need DC if I want to run LED lights. Then it goes to the headlight and the tail light. So when I start it up, about right there, things are looking bright, but I'm only putting out about 7 volts. And here's the confusing part. When I rev it up more, it doesn't go up to 12. This goes up to about 7.5, and then cuts out. I don't know why it does that. They light up enough at a relatively low RPM that I think it would work, but 7.5 volts isn't going to charge a 12 volt battery.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. The good news is we have a motorcycle that didn't exist at the beginning of the video, and it might be registerable street legal. Thanks for watching.